Yeah, we went to classes, and we had home economics, and we had physical ed, and we had shop classes. The idea for the high school, I believe, was that so the blacks would learn a trade. That was Jenny Dean's idea. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, you learn how to do, they had cosmetology. So you had to learn how to do cosmetology. In home ec, we had a home economics cottage. And the cottage was just like your house. And we did everything in that house. We even down made grocery lists. Oh, we draw plans to build a house. We had a garden. Whatever you do in your house, that's what you did in home economics. Mm-hmm. Even down child caring. Oh. And then we had shop. And that was for the boys. In shop, you learn how to do woodworking. You learn how to paint. Anything connected with building. That's what you did in shop. Then they had auto mechanics, mm-hmm. where you learn how to work on a car or a truck or whatever it was. Then you had business. You had typing and shorthand. We had Greg's typing.
What's Greg's
shorthand? Greg's shorthand, yeah. And we had that. And those were the only vocational classes that we had.
Well, that's not bad.
And then we had French. That was the only foreign language that we had.
Oh,
and we had math, chemistry, algebra. That was it. But those vocational classes were required classes.
Okay.
So you had to know all of that to get out there.
But were the counselors there pushing you to do more than vocational type careers?
Oh yes, oh yes. The teachers pushed you. There was no, I can't do this, or I'm having a hard time doing that. No. There were no special ed classes. Everybody did the same thing. They were taught the same way. If you happened to be a little slow or whatever, you were still taught, and the other students would help you in your classes.
Okay.
And we had, I think we had a rest period. We didn't really have like recreation, but between classes, a lot of times we would have maybe a half an hour, other than study hall. And in study hall, you studied. You didn't play around.
Well, let me ask both of you, what were recreational venues in Occoquan for African Americans? Did you have a theater? Could you go to the theater? If you went to the drugstore, could you buy a hot dog? What was it like down there?
You stood at the counter and got whatever you ordered. I mean, they didn't stop us from getting what we ordered. You just had to stand at the counter. When you'd go from the, like she mentioned, the movie across the street, you know, you'd go over there and you'd get whatever you wanted to buy. You could do that. But like she said, we set up, our recreation was that called the Lyric Theater there in Occoquan, that we had to go up. And there wasn't many seats up there.
No, it wasn't.
And we were up there where the cameras and the thing was steady going, you know.
Yeah, the light would be coming by your head,
and,
you know.
And you know, to look at the movie, you had all that, but that was the best that we had at that time. So that's what we did. And I came along a little before her, and I didn't think she didn't. And when you were speaking about that, I thought about this one-room school. My mother and her father went to that same school, and you know had all that same stuff going on. You know, but you lived with it. You know, 7, 8 classes at a time. You were taught at Miss back there. It was Miss Alexander. Wasn't Miss Alexander taught?
Miss Alexander.
And, oh gosh, I think Miss Bailey, Mrs. Taught my mother now. But I heard them speak of the same thing because I didn't go down at that school. Seems like they would have outings that they would there, and I remember visiting there, like something in the evening. Somehow or another I got out there to that, but it was just like Joyce is saying.
Before then, there was no school. And we didn't have a school until Reverend Lewis Henry Bailey came into the community.
And when did he come in?
1880. It says 1883 he founded our church. But he came in before then, because during those days, you didn't just come in and start a church. You had to come and visit, you know, we wouldn't have church every Sunday, maybe once a month or once every 2 months or something like that. But when he came, he saw the need. And the school was started before the church was started. He got the congregation together, but he found out that the children needed a place to learn. So he started the Summit School. The county had nothing to do with it. It was mainly sponsored by him and Ebenezer Church. And every summer, his wife, Ella Bailey, would go to Virginia Union and take classes in arts and crafts. And she would come back, and in the fall, she would teach the classes. Then she would teach them arts and crafts. And I think it was in 1936, I think it was 1936, 37. That's when the county came in and took over the school.
But before then, it was
just run
privately run.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let's stop it.